When you hear Adam Smith, what do you think of? Free markets? The invisible hand? The patron saint of greed is good? You might be surprised to learn that Adam Smith was actually deeply suspicious of high corporate profits. In fact, in his masterpiece, The Wealth of Nations, he dropped a bombshell that most modern economists seem to have forgotten. He wrote, "The rate of profit is always highest in the countries, which are going fastest to ruin." Wait, what? Isn't profit the whole point? According to Smith, not always. Today, we're unpacking Chapter 9 of The Profits of Stock. We're going to find out why Smith believed healthy economies should actually have low profits, why the 21st century economy is breaking his golden rule, and what the Magnificent Seven tech giants have in common with the oppressive monopolies of the 1700s. To understand Smith's logic, imagine a country as a bucket. The water inside is capital, money, machines, tools. Smith calls this stock. In Chapter 9, Smith lays out a simple rule. As a country gets richer, the bucket fills up. Capital accumulates. When the bucket is nearly empty, like in North America during Smith's time, capital is scarce. Businesses are desperate for it. So if you have money to lend or invest, you can demand a high return. High interest rates, high profits. But as the country develops, the bucket fills. Suddenly, there's capital everywhere. Businesses have to compete fiercely to sell their goods. They undercut each other's prices. Competition drives profits down. Smith looked at Holland in the 1770s. It was the richest country in the world. It was fully stocked. And because of that, profits were tiny, and interest rates were barely 2 or 3%. Smith called this the stationary state. Dull perhaps, but stable. So, the formula is supposed to be more wealth, more competition, lower profits. But something strange happened in the 21st century. Look at this chart. Since 1980, interest rates in the US and Europe crashed, just like Smith predicted for a rich society. We accumulated massive amounts of capital. We should be in the stationary state with low profits. But look at corporate profits. They didn't fall. They skyrocketed. Post-2020, US corporate profit margins hit levels we haven't seen in decades. We broke Adam Smith's law. We have abundant capital, low rates, and massive profits. How? Smith actually predicted this too. He warned that profits stay high in a rich country, only if competition is blocked. In the 18th century, it was the East India Company, a government-backed monopoly that ravaged Bengal. In Bengal, Smith noted, profits were massive not because the economy was healthy, but because the company destroyed all competition and squeezed the locals. High profits were a symptom of ruin. Today, we don't have the East India Company. We have economic moats, the tech giants of the 21st century. The Magnificent Seven operate in a way Smith would recognize as exclusive privileges. Network effects and intangible assets create barriers to entry so high that competition simply cannot work. This creates a divergence. Main Street might be struggling with a stationary economy, slow growth, hard to find good yields. But the monopolistic sector is partying like it's a new colony. This concentration of wealth masks the reality. If you strip away the top tech firms, the rest of the market looks a lot like Smith's stationary state, low growth, boring returns. So, what is the lesson from Chapter 9? Don't be fooled by high stock prices or record profits alone. If those profits come from genuine innovation and efficiency, great. But if they come from choking off competition while the rest of society stagnates, Smith warns us we might be on the path to ruin. True wealth isn't just a high number on a balance sheet. It's the dynamic energy of a competitive market where wages rise, prices fall, and profits are kept in check by the invisible hand. Maybe it's time we invited Adam Smith back into the boardroom.